who is divinely ordained to do what he's doing. As long as we follow his light, there can never be any darkness anywhere, because when he's moving, we are following him, we are taught by him, we follow his thoughts and exactly what we are asked to do. If you cannot sit with us, well, apparently when he says something, it's prophetic. Whether you want to believe it or not, time will tell. You know, this was a beautiful song I used to love when I was a musician. In those days when I was singing, that's when I'm still a musician though. Time will tell. Time will tell. Time will always tell. Jimmy Cliff. That was Jimmy Cliff in those days. And I enjoyed it so much. So that's exactly what our leader is all about. Time will tell. He will say something today. You don't want to believe it. Believe it or not, it will eventually come to pass, because he sees the end in the beginning. That's one. It's as simple as that. He knows the outcome, so he says it before it gets there. Before some of us who are the mundane, those of us who are not, we are just everything good. Before we see it, the people in the light there, but he has already seen that. And what do we do? Follow him, because he's holding the torchlight. The light is shining in his front. So through him, we'll see our way through to wherever we're going. We are IPOB.
We are not like other people.
Absolutely not.
Because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood. But they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. IPOB is very special. Exceptionally special. The largest mass movement in the whole world bar none. And we did it because Chukwokika Biama is with us. We did it because Chukwokika Biama created IPOB himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist, because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu, and I don't stop until I get what I want.
We believe you. You don't have to stop, because we are in the darkness. You have the torchlight. Anybody who doesn't want to follow you apparently fall apart. I have here a very beautiful article I read this morning, and I think I have to share it with you. It's written by Gozie Mwiwe. Gozie, that was a beautiful thing that you wrote here. You know, our leader says, when you serve the zoo, what's the end? Somebody, when you call me this morning, I want you to tell me exactly that quotation, how it ended. He said, when you serve the zoo, blah, 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 blah. So, whoever is listening, if you are an ardent listener of Mazi Iyke, you should know how the quotation ended. So when you call me this morning, when I open up the line, the first thing I want you to say is, tell me exactly how the quotation ended. He said, when you serve the zoo, X, Y, Z, 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 Z. So tell me the end of it. So let me read this article, beautiful article written by Gozie Mwiwe. He said here, the principal characteristics of IPOB is zero tolerance to injustice. Speaking truth always. It does not matter who's involved. This beautiful article. I have been reading news reports called by the Nigerian brown envelope journalists on what transpired between Rocha Sokorocha and EFCC saga, and decided to give some lights. The worst thing that can happen to any nation is when their journalists are corrupt, like Nigerian information is power seeking. What happened today on how EFCC broke down Okorocha's roof to kidnap him inside his parlor, and still mentioning arrest in this case shows the highest level of corruption on journalism and must be condemned with every bitterness of heart. Before they got Okorocha kidnapped today, it was confirmed by him that there was not arrest warrant issued by those invaded his home. My question is simple. Is it constitutional to invade someone's home without informing the person, letting him aware of his offense? If no, why are the Nigerian gutter media saying arrests and deceiving 200 million people? Why can't them say it how it is? He was kidnapped, as video can also testify. Because they are in it together, their job is to help Fulanese to conquer you, take over your ancestral land. The word injustice is terrible to condemn. If you ignore it today because it's Rocha Sokorocha, tomorrow it will come to you. It's like a virus. If you refuse to treat it, definitely it will spread. Rochas, this is the price you pay for compromise. Had Rocha Sokorocha condemned the invasion of Mazi Kanu's home in 2017, also his kidnap in Kenya, extraordinarily renditioned to Nigeria last year 2021, and campaign against this classified called what Mazi Kanu went through as an arrest, they should have near him talk less of abandon him today. Of course, this is price you pay for cowardice. Nigerian accountant general stole 80 billion, not even million. 80, wow. Nigerian accountant general stole 80 billion naira in 4 years, and he is yet to be arrested. One Nigerian, my foot. Should Alibo people learn from this? Of course, they will not. Serve the zoo. I won't read the rest because that's the answer. I wanted to. So I won't read it. Say, our leader said, when you serve the zoo, XYZ. So I want to know if you're paying attention to what I'm saying. Serve the zoo. I won't read that. I won't read that. All right. That's the end of the story. So, you know, when you see, if we ban okwa, you know, this bushfowl, I was making so much noise in the community, and people were worried. They said, why are you making all this noise? You're disturbing us. We're all sleeping. He said, no, I am crying because I see them killing the chicken. And I know the way they're killing this chicken, at the rate which they are going, the chickens will soon be extinct, and that will be the next. So I am crying now so that people will come up and save the chicken before it gets to me. That is exactly what the story is telling you. When you support evil, it goes around. What goes around comes around. It will come to you. Politicians, I don't know what is wrong with these people. I think they smoke something, because these people are not real. They don't really sit down and, you know, I've had a conversation with a few people about roaches, and I condemn vehemently a system of going to arrest somebody. The EFCC, they have all the resources. Why did they have to break through his roof? They can block water from going to his house, shut off electricity, and he will come out with the heat, because you know that kind of house is like air-conditioned palace. So when you turn off the heat there will be so much that they want to come out. It's as simple as that. You know, I remember as a child, we used to, the way we chase rats out of houses is like, you don't start bringing down the walls, because when you see the hole, just all you need to do is this is a rat. Put some fire, and it's not going to burn. It's only beginning to smoke, and the smoke will smoke out the rats. So that's exactly what they could have done if they are so desperate to take him, because I don't really know why they are doing what they are doing. This whole thing will end on in fact. Just also make a show. So when I said it to somebody said, yeah, not that I'm supporting them, but at least it's good to show these people that they are humans. I know that. But you see something, when they show Rocha Sokorocha today that he's a human, they are going to show you tomorrow. It happens to everybody. The only thing that I enjoy about this whole thing, to be honest with you, I was laughing. I was laughing so much because it reminded me of a friend of mine who was arrested in America, and he was locked up for a couple of days. And then he came out. Normally, locking up is just for you to see the judge. 24 hours, he saw the judge, he came out. He was shaking, and I look at him. He's a very wealthy guy. He did very well for himself, very educated, and he was shaking. I said, so what is all this? And he said, Naiba. I asked him, so were there not people there when he got there? Were you alone? He said, no. He said, there are people that have been there for days. I said, so why are you panicking? You were there for hours, and these people have been there for days. You talk about, do you think you're different from them? You got school, yes. But the law says you did something, so you go in there. Rocha Sokorocha, you are, oh no one, go and arrest him, they arrest him and they lock him up. So for you to test that place, don't you think it could have been better for you? Because I say it, I'm telling you honestly. I say to myself, if I was these people like Rocha Sokorocha, once in a while, even if that situation does not arise, I will create that situation so that I can know exactly what's going on behind there. Because all you see outside is your glamour. No, once in a while, there, so that you will see some people who are in there that have mosquitoes biting them, chich biting them, they are not eating. So when you go in there and you come out, believe me, you'll be a better person. Your life will change. It's a life-changing experience. But look at you, because you are so dumb in your head, you think this is punishment. It is not. Going to lock you up there for one day might be the best time in your life. I'm not joking. It's the truth. If you go in there and you come out, you'll be a different person. Not even because the person I was talking to in the zoo, she was like, even in the EFCC, they don't even put them in jail. They put them in a very cozy place. I said, no. If I'm taken by them and they want to put me in a cozy place, I'll tell them, no. Please, I want to go to the real prison. I want to go there. I want to be in the real cell with people. That will make you a better person, I swear. It will. So my friend that I was talking to, he told me his story. He said he was, before he came to America, he used to be a trader in Onitsha market, but he was dealing on drugs, selling medications and things like that. I said, so throughout your career, throughout your life, police has never arrested you? He said, no, this is the first time. I said, that's why you're panicking. And then they can't it doesn't mean anything. Life there before God and man, the real people are there. Our father fella, he was there. No, when he comes out, when you come out, you become a different person. I'm not saying you should go to jail to become no. But if your life is so much that you are up there and you don't want to see the thing that's behind you or under you, you have not learned anything. You just die a man that has not learned nothing. You need to have this hardship sometimes in your life. Cozy. Everything is going good for you until the day you pass on. You think you have enjoyed life. No, you have not. Go and ask Obasanjo, he will tell you. People that are these rugged people, go and ask them. They will tell you that it's not easy there. Oh, I won't dolly. Everybody keep dollying, So when they want to come and take you, Rochas, you could have just come out, tell them. Don't let them make all these shows. And by the way, who was videoing that thing inside your house? So it must be a member of your family that was shooting that video and making it go viral. Were they doing you any good? No. This is something here. Amaya can pocket to get potassium. Yes, can I help you? They are not armed robbers. Even if they are armed robbers, because they came in like armed robbers, I don't blame you. Because normal legal people that are doing legal thing cannot do what they did. Can't. Breaking the wall. A bulletproof door is always meaning. So they have to break through the wall to come and catch somebody who probably is not even armed. You allow it to happen. And the journalists are carrying it already. Why don't you see when it happens to Thomas and Okereke Kuroku, when it happens to Okereke, the same story about Thomas will go to Okereke. Now the journalists have already picked it up. He was arrested. What of an arrest? Do you call it an arrest? You arrest people by breaking into their roof, jumping into their houses, and because you want to arrest him, you go to court. Even if you could, because I saw somebody who was saying that he got a, you know Nigerian system, the way it works. The court is looking. I mean, the EFCC is looking for you. All you need to do is go to either Imo State or somewhere and get a warrant to quash whatever they have done. But the point is that in the end, there are ways you can catch a rat. Go to NEPA, although they come and get generator. Go to the generator house, always turn off the gen. Instead of breaking into his house, break into the generator house, go there, turn off the gen. Lock off the water. He will come out. But then, on the way there outside, the soldiers and police and the EFCC, bring your camp, set your camp there, eat your food, and when they bring food, he will come out. He will never remain in the house. Nothing will save him. He doesn't have an army that will come and rescue him. No. He will come out eventually when he's frustrated. He will come out. Then you take him. Rather than making a caricature, making a fool of all yourselves. See? However, whatever has happened to Rochas, like I said here, my opinion, I don't feel sorry for you in any way, shape, or form, because you created this monster that is biting you. You're part of the support of the monster. You are there, Rochas Okorocha. In your consciousness today, I know that you know Buhari is dead. We don't have a president. Because the world is good for you. You know, it's okay. Today, that you can never dine with the devil without using a long fork. Very, very long. So I you have a problem. The country has a problem. The country has a problem that they cannot solve, whether they like it or not. Nigeria is messed up completely, and there is nothing called Nigeria anyway. We are just waiting. Everybody is begging, including the Igbos. They are now gradually. Have you seen that the Igbo presidency thing is dying off? Right? Is it not going down the drain? That's the way it's going to end. Our leader have said it. Serve the zoo. Give me the answer when you call me back. Tell me exactly what somebody's already calling. Maybe he wants to talk about it. The lines are not yet open. I cannot take any call at this time, but okay, let me just take this call. Maybe nobody's hearing me out there. Somebody probably tried to warn me that my voice is not coming out. Okay, if you're not hearing me out there, call me. But if you're hearing me, please hold on. It's not time to make calls, and anytime it's time, we'll take your calls. So like I was saying, when you see evil and you don't report it, it will do what? It will bounce back to you. It's like a cycle. You are jumping, you're starting from a point, you're going around. In the end, it will come back to you. The Nigerian journalists, like my brother Gozie wrote in his article, this is what I call brown envelope journalists. That is only why you want to become a journalist, because you're thinking of the money that they're going to give you. And even the eminent ones, you see people like the Abati, or what they call him. They say, prescribed IPOB. Abati is an educated man. He knows in his heart that IPOB was not officially, you know, the way you create, you kind of declare somebody prescribed as a terrorist. Did they go through the process? No. Abati himself knows that they didn't go through the process. But he has to work for somebody. He's there. He has to talk. That is evil. That is very, very evil. That is very, very wrong. You say arrested. Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned. He was kidnapped from Kenya. All of you, the journalists, you're calling he's arrested. You know, you're right. You like it. He ran away, so he was arrested. You like what you're writing. You feel good. Don't worry. One day it will come to you. There's no doubt about it. Just keep on. Like people who say that Nigeria is good, I always tell them that my prayer for you is, let your life be like Nigeria. If you think Nigeria is so good for you, let your life, you know, what people like is what comes to them, right? Yeah. So you make a request to God, say, please God, I love Nigeria so much. Why don't you make my life be like Nigeria? Go ahead, do that. It's good. It's a good prayer, because it's you that want it. So when you want it, it will come to you. When you see evil and you don't say anything about evil, it's going to come back to you. There's no doubt about it. I'm not making this up. We all know that. We know that it's a simple truth. But if you are being sarcastic, maybe in your heart you can carry it, but when you say it out, it's the word. It becomes the word for you. I love Nigeria. God, make Nigeria be like my life. God forbid. I'm not saying that for me. I'm only telling you to make sure that you say that every morning when you wake up. Say, God, I love this country so much. I love my country so much. And could you please help me by making my life be like my country that I love so much. All right? All right. Some people said somebody's still trying to, I can see the lines are blinking. The lines are open, yet we have to talk. So the Igbo presidency, let me go to there. We are gradually looking at it fade away because our leader had always said it from the beginning. They can never allow it. This thing is something that somebody had started saying a long time ago. The Fulanization of the country had been a plan, complete plan that had been there for long. There is no way anybody can change it now. It is too late. It has been ordained, it's been signed that this is what is going to happen, and it is going to happen unless you get yourself out of this mess. We, the IPOB, we, the indigenous people of Biafra, we've chosen our path. The path we have chosen is the path of freedom. We want to be free. We don't want to remain slaves for anybody. Anybody who's not part of what we are doing and you want to do it your own way, please go ahead and do it your own way. But don't get our name involved in it. Don't get our leader's name involved in whatever you're doing. Because that's how they start. Oh, I'm a disciple of Mazi Iyke. I am the angel that follows Nnamdi Kanu about. I am his spokesperson. No, you are not. You are not. You're just lying to yourself. You're just finding a way to become relevant. And when you get that relevant, then you show us who you truly are. Of course. We know the game. This morning I listened to somebody, there's this radio, website, IPOB in USA.org. There's this guy called Wadei. That's his name. This is a guy who actually, when he started this website, I was in touch with him always, advising on what to do and what to put in there and what not to put in there. Then all of a sudden, just like every other person in the organization, he opted out. Now he's in charge of it. I don't even know if he registered it in his name. This is IPOB Community Radio. IPOB in USA.org. All of a sudden, I wouldn't say he stopped talking to me, because this is a guy who calls me all the time. Before when this thing was still coming up, he was always with me, always. Even if he calls and I'm not answering, he will give me a message and I'll respond. Then all of a sudden, I can get in touch with him. Because you know something? He is part of the Idu nation. I know, when they come in like, they love Nnamdi Kanu so much. But you know something? This is a guy, this is the first one I've said that fooled me. I never thought he would ever. There are other ones that I see them when they come, that they are black and blue color. I see them quickly. And he wasn't calling the radio. That's why I never probably saw where he was going. Because if you call the radio 2 or 3 times and you start making your comments, I know you exactly where you're going. And I'll be very skeptical, I'll be very watchful. They first come in, you allowed them to, I don't know how to get through, because like I said, I have a policy of not keeping numbers on the phones. I don't know who's calling. Maybe 1 or 2 people. Maybe when I look at the media head and I know he's the one calling me, or I look at one of the DOS officers that are calling me, then I'll probably respond. Every other person's number is not registered. So he never called the radio, but he was calling me privately. He will call me at the time he knows I'm not on air. We have time to talk. He tells me about this. So I never really thought that this person is a stooge. He's a snitch. He is somebody whom I never knew. I'm telling you, he fooled me. Because the rest of them, I catch them even because when they first come in, they have opportunity of making calls. You give them chance to make 2 or 3 or 4 calls. Before you know it, The biggest mistake is when our leader just says this person's name and that's it. That's it. He becomes the leader of the organization. He goes out there to talk. Now the guy has the IPOB community radio. IPOB in USA.org. He is the worst person that the person that is in charge of that website. It never belonged to him. It's not his. But now he is the one that is removing our broadcast. IPOB broadcast is no more on that station. Because he has the power to do it, because he is like the technical person. In fact, I heard somebody, one talk show, one of the women that are complaining. I don't know which woman is that, but I heard it, from one of the bloggers, that he called his name particularly, and I said, yes, she is very right. He was the one that meddled with the account, because when our leader, when they suspended that account of Umweri, I called him. He answered me. I said, now that Umweri account is closed, and people are still paying in money, where does the money go? He said, when our leader closed it, they opened another account. I said, who did? He said, our leader. I relaxed. Then when I found out that our leader had nothing to do with the account, I called him again. He blocked me. He doesn't take my calls. By calling him, it's not going to work. I'm trying to get his address, because we can go to court to stop him. We live in America. You don't do things in here anyhow. We can stop him, and our leadership. If I got a letter actually, but the person that was supposed to do it, I'm still trying to get in touch with him. But the important thing that I need is those who live in Texas, because this guy lives in Texas, somewhere in Texas. If you can get me his address, privately inbox me, give me his address, and then we'll serve him. The court will serve him a paper, because he can't be doing what he's doing. We are too legal now to have somebody doing things whatever they want. So that's well said. If anybody knows his address or anything, please inbox me with it, and I'll take care of the rest. So about the Igbo presidency that I was talking about, you see, they are now begging. They give us the president. Anyway, so I dropped that. The main person that was really advocating this Igbo presidency thing, imagine, I read what he said. That because Kwankwaso is in the thing, somebody said he's supporting Kwankwaso. I said, no, he's not. He is saying that I don't have a chance. I can't throw away 100 million in the dungeon like that. It's a waste of time, waste of money. I know I'm not going to win. Rather than just say, I know that these people will never give it to us. No, he's using Kwankwaso as an excuse. We don't care what you use, but Igbo presidency is never going to work for you. Keep on begging all you want to beg, but they know that they will never. Because the Kunle and Alahaji, have you forgotten? By the time we finish with these Igbo people, there will not be anything anymore. At that Bangida is my brother. Even if I see him eating human flesh of all Nigerians, I will still support him. That is them. So you stand there here and fool yourself. You have a son whom when he came out, when Nnamdi Kanu came out, we all thought he was just a very small boy. I included me. I thought even small boy, because nobody could place his age. When you look at him then, I was like, 27 years. Honestly, I never placed him up to 30. Because I didn't know him. He wasn't growing any beards. Or he would clean shave, his hair is shaved, so you can't see any white anything. And quite baby face. So it's like when they said, a lot of people, a lot of politicians, this small boy. He was always small boy. I was small boy. Okay, now that your father is not small boy, why don't you listen? Because they could be elder. If you want to call elders, Nnamdi Kanu is an elder. But even though he's a late comer to the elderhood, I knew finally out late that he was elder. So why can't you change? You don't want to change. You want to hope that Nigeria is going to change. No. Nigeria is not going to change. They will never change. Okbarasi fool me once, I'm foolish. They fool me twice, I am proper foolish. They went to Aburi, they discarded. They didn't start today. Let me use Aburi, the one that we are aware of. They went there, they held a meeting, they came back. they did what they did. They fooled you. Even Abiola won election clean and clear. They did what they did. They gave it to Obasanjo because they felt that if we lose Yoruba, we don't finish you. That's why they did. They replaced Abiola with Obasanjo. That's obvious. And today, Igbo man thinks he's going to become president. Go and become president, let us see. So all the bouquet, keep on running up and down. You are wasting your time. Nobody's going to give it to you. Nobody. Biafra is the thing. Biafra is the way out, whether you want it or you don't want it. You have a son who has come to advocate this movement. He has never lied to you. Unless in the when you go out there, you listen to bloggers and then you come back and the IPOB said. IPOB doesn't say. IPOB information comes from Radio Biafra. Any of the platforms. When you hear Radio Biafra, that's where you take your information from. But if you want to go outside there and start listening to those people that are bloggers, well, you have your right. It's right. It's your right. Definitely, nobody's going to take it from you. Nobody is going to make sure that they take it from you. They allow you to say whatever you want to say or listen to whoever you want to listen to. But as now, if I only get out there, keep it to yourself. It is not the thoughts of our. So we are here now begging to become president. Yemana, nothing is going to happen. Nobody's going to give you presidency. Tomorrow, you know what it is, right? Tomorrow is May 30th. May 30th. May 30th. It's a very, very important date for us. That's the day we remember our heroes and heroines that died during the war, the people that nobody has even cared for, the unknown heroes that nobody has cared to specify, to give us a monument, something that will bring them to friction, to bring their memory back to us. Tomorrow is the day, and it's a complete sit at home. Please, for us IPOB members, we have to tomorrow we'll pray for the souls of the departed. We pray for them as usual. It's the 30th day of May. Focus. And that's what we're talking about this morning. So sit at home. We know that it's on that day to happen. That's tomorrow. When they say that date, today is 29th. Tomorrow is 30th. May 30. It's coming up tomorrow. So make sure that you get together, sit at home, do your prayer. All right, so this morning, like I said, when you called me this morning, what I needed to tell me is the end of the phrase. When you serve the zoo, what happens after that? So tell me that, and then before you go into your conversation or whatever you want to say, that means that you are paying attention. Important things that we're not talking to deaf ears. We are talking to Biafrans, and we know how to listen. Stay resolute, do what you're doing, be focused, do not allow anybody to distract you from the truth. Because this truth, we have been disseminating it since 2014. Since I started broadcasting, I've been hearing it even before, months before I joined the IPOB, that we have been saying the same thing over and over and over. But people listen, but they don't assimilate it. They just listen to it in passing. That is why sometimes we need to go back to the archives to start airing some of those information that we have been airing over and over and over, so that people will eventually probably listen to it. We have spoken about Igbo presidency that is not going to work, and whoever is trying now to think that these people are going to change their mind and give it to you, you are fooling yourself, honestly. You are fooling yourself. Absolutely.
We are not intimidating the North. North, we are not intimidating you. We are appealing that we know that you have conscience. We know that you appreciate a sense of justice. We know that you appreciate a sense of equity. We are pleading with you, if that is what you want. Yes. Allow this artist to produce the president of Nigeria.
They are satisfied with the stereotypes and alleged blackmail. The Iowa Consultative Forum says the North will not allow itself to be blackmailed anymore, and neither is it afraid of the country's breakup. The forum in the statement warns that gone are the days when Northerners felt blackmailed and intimidated by threats of restructuring, secession, or breakup of Nigeria. The ACF also says the North is not and has never been opposed to the election of any Nigerian from any part of the country, as president, maintaining, however, that anything that will be done to achieve that must be in accordance with the laws of Nigeria and democratic principles. Now, this comes as Southeast leaders, Southern and Middle Belt leaders are all clamoring for the presidency to be zoned to the region. They say the quest for an Igbo presidency in 2023 is morally and historically justifiable. Well, for more on this, I'm glad to be joined in the studio by Professor Charles Mwakiaku, who is the secretary of the Igbo Elders Consultative Forum, and he joins us right away. Prof, let's talk about how the ACF seems to be replying to all your statements alongside with the Southern Middle Belt Elders Forum, Leaders Forum that have been meeting. The North says it's not afraid of Nigeria breaking up because the Southern leaders have been breathing over its neck. What do you have to say?
Thank you so much. Well, I don't think any person is intimidating the North. We are actually saying the obvious. We are saying Northern Elders Forum. We are all witnesses here that a number of times in 2015 you said that it was the turn of the North to produce the president, and we supported them. And so we are saying that, look, for the sake of equity, fairness and justice, they should support us. And it is not only this time.
I hate to hear this kind of story because you supported them. Now you are begging it's your turn. Oh, Naga, you will never ever have that office. You are fooling yourself. Let us go to our country. We don't belong there. When all your talk, and there was something I wrote, somebody said I should advise, people to the Biafrans to use a better words in talking. This man is an idiot. I respect him. I don't want to call his name. So when he says things like that, I ask him a question. When did this good talk start? Did it start today? Nnamdi Azikiwe and the rest of them have been talking good. All appeasing them to make them up till today. We are all grandfathers and nothing has happened. You have been talking peace now. Just say it the way it is. Nnamdi Kanu has said that the heavens will not fall. Heavens will not fall. How about the we are here to actualize our home. Say it the way it is. If you don't, well, even though people have said, hey, if you don't do it, we are going to break up Nigeria. That's a threat. That's nonsense. Stop breaking up. When you break it up, then they will sit up and talk. They know, because they already told you. You can't breathe around our neck, bring down our throat. Yeah, we can be blackmailed. What do you call blackmail? Because you are not one country. If you are one country, all this nonsense will not hold. The British man came from his country, from wherever he came from, to come and set you up and call you a country, and all of you dance to it. You go there to their country, you study, you come back, what did you learn? In their own history, they are not even one themselves. They allow you to self-determine. They allow you to go on your own if you want to be on your own. But when it comes to us, no, factory, limited liability company. That's where they make their money from. They won't let you go. For them, they don't really care whether you die or you will live. I remember the story about Aburi. Somebody told me that story because I said at the time, during the war, my home where I lived, with my sister-in-law, with my sister and the father-in-law and brother-in-law. They come in, politicians, they come in there, they talk. I wasn't old enough to be in their meeting, but at least I was eavesdropping, and when they talk, I listen, I smile, and I listen better. I was assimilating so many things. One of them said that when Gowon, because he went to Aburi, he accepted the Aburi thing. That what happened to him, that when he came back, there was a call that came from the British High Commission. He said, don't accept this. And Gowon a little bit said, but why wouldn't I accept it? Because at that time, the North The north was where the food was coming from. They had a lot of food. Their economy was growing too, like everybody else. Okpara's economy was growing. The west was growing. The north. So he's like, why wouldn't I? That's when they told him, you see, the oil that they have in the south, in southeast, that the way things are going, if you ever allow these people, in 5 years, you're going to become beggarly. You're going to beg them. I heard this story. I'm not making it up. It's like a conversation that with people that were much older and who were in government. They said that's the only story, because the oil was there. The Nigerian government never knew about it. The British was just taking it as much as they want. So the fear was, if we allow these people to self-determine, to be on their own, then they are people of the book. They might start looking at the book to ask you, how many barrels are you taking, by the way? How much are you paying? And the Fulanis won't have time for that. They're more interested in their cattle, in their nama. So let's use these people. Let's connive with them. Don't you ever allow this. Now, when they said that, you remember that the oil royalty or royalty, yes. The first payment of oil royalty that was made during the war was paid to go on. It was paid to the federal government of Nigeria. The Shell BP and things like that, they wanted to pay the money. It was like, who are we going to give the money to? So they gave it to the people that they know that will keep them. That's exactly the same thing that's happening today. And Gowon is alive because he's going to get very, very old, extremely old. Methuselah is going to be here to see what he has done to his people. He can carry all the Bible. It was ahead that the man is a preacher man. Bible, you are fooling yourself. Until you come out to the world and tell the truth, you will not die. The day you speak the truth, that's the day God will pity you and send you to the good place. Because for us, death is like when you die, you will forget you. No, you will be there. So these people that are begging, let us use the language you are using, we should not be using soft. Let them go to hell. This soft language have been used by Nnamdi from time. In fact, during the Zik days, like I said, I was aware. There were people that were challenging him because he was too soft. K.O. Badiwe and the rest of them. They were the Ganabajirosa. When they talk, even our father who is still alive today, Mazvika Mechi, these people were not just, it was Zik that was talking with soft voice. We could have been on our own long time ago. The Zik was talking with a soft voice. Look at where we are. And today Nnamdi Kanu is talking and somebody's opening. Hey, tell them to use a better language. Get out of here. Talking nonsense. Better voice. I told you, we have been soft. I'm not political. And honestly, I have not to do. Unfortunately, I don't go after politics. They come to me. My nature, my life, I have been put in a position where I can listen to people. I'm not part of them, but I listen, I take conversations and I hear. He was soft. Nnamdi Azikiwe was quite a gentleman. That is to the core. He went to the West. He won the election in the West. What happened? The Yorubas came in the next day, they defrauded, they took him out. Gentleman, Omegene, Ona Kalaba, Ojena Inugu, Ekpita, who is supposed to be the leader of the NCNC at the time. He took him out. And that's the enmity. Because of softness, you don't fight. So somebody who's accusing me that my comment, he passed in a tweet. It's a tweet that they did, and somebody, I wasn't the one that tweeted, I only replied to a tweet, and it goes to me now, tell them to use a better language, a softer language. What softer language are we talking about? Nnamdi Azikiwe using a softer language. What are we? There are people, there were radicals in NCNC at that time that could have told these people to go to hell, but because of Zik, the Zik of Africa, or the quiet gentleman to the core, Choron Subu, Asina itokate eze anye megeni iburu nkata n'isi gwa ya okwu. So let us talk. You talk, you die. You not talk, you go die. So why don't you just talk and die? God gave us Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If all of us are rallied around him, and since he's been traveling up and down, it wouldn't happen the way it is. By now, he came to California, World Igbo Congress. I saw somebody with a flat head. I was like, what passport do you travel with? Oh, didn't they? We have many of them in this country. I believe they are long enough. When you go to a meeting and I see them, most of the time I don't go to these meetings because I don't want to be insulted. I don't want to be aggravated. Some of them are just there. They are talking. All they do is maybe Abada since he will come there and then be telling us about Nigerian politics and all the rest of them. The country is falling apart. You don't see it because you're living in here. What are they looking for? Nothing. I'm just in election. And you know, I am the leader of the Igbo in whatever part of the United States. Atochaye wants something. That is all they're interested in. That is all. And they expect me to come and sit down with them and talk. Just do what you want to do. Let me live my life. Because it's not worth it. It's not worth it trying to talk to these people because you will never get anywhere talking to them. They are living in a different world. By the time they realize it, ought to go too late. So you can't put yourself in there. Just take yourself out of that pond, that muddy water. And just sell yourself whatever you want to be. Because you will never get to them. You will never arrive at anything. The truth is alien to them. They have their own way of looking for what they want. Well, what I tell most of them most of the time is this. I'm old enough. As a young man, why would I be worrying about it now? So you go there, take your own turn, you have your own crisis because you eventually get somewhere. By the time you realize, Nigeria is gone, but there are people today in this country, that is Biafrans, that are hoping that Nigeria will be good. When they open a forum, they won't let you put anything about Biafra in it. No, not even Biafra. They won't let you put anything. Like this Deborah that is killed. Or Deborah, whatever is her name. That has been killed. You don't bring such issues in there. They don't want to see that. All they want you to put in is that Peter Obi is traveling about trying to be president. That's what they want to hear. They don't want you to put in anything that is the truth. Somebody's running about want to be president. Why is the news? Or why should that interest me? Nanketa taburu mmadu onwo abroad news, but namara taburu nketa is the news. When you think that such issues that somebody is traveling around talking, what is he going to talk? People like me, I am blocked. I am not voting for anybody that's looking for Nigerian presidency. It doesn't matter. Everything about Nigeria for me is closed. I still have families there. Yes. All I think about is the welfare of my family. How are they surviving? I don't know in a village. It will bother me. I cannot go there and say, no, Jeme campaign. That becomes a news for me. What kind of news is that? What kind of story is that? I'm not interested in that. Because they will always run around and tell their lies. Or in the end, about just make it a go mad. Maybe they will go ahead with I'm not saying, but the question I'm asking is, are they doing what they are doing for the love of what? Who do they love? Is it the nation Nigeria? Or do they love their own people? What is the point? I cannot understand it. I honestly can't. Because they are, all of them will campaign. They want to be president. Everybody. President. But when you see the people that are spending millions just trying to get a form, an application form, you start asking yourself, are these people really mad? Are they normal? Because now with our form, that's that form, 100 million. Okay, let us assume that 100 of them bought that form. Oh my God. Meanwhile, teachers are not being paid. Students, no, strike completely. These are people that will speak and somebody probably will pay attention. They will not speak. All they are thinking of how to jump the guard and do better than Onyena before. As if no a new constitution that they have written. As no a new structure that they have created. No, they think that leadership is what is creating Nigeria's problem. It is not. Either the tribe, Onyena in Nigeria, it doesn't matter what tribes he comes from. He has a blue map. He has a road map, if I will call it that. A road map that will lead him to where he wants. The road map has not been changed. The GPS is still saying the same thing. And they think that by getting in there, they are going to go to the wrong place, the right place. No, they will not be able to. They will still go to where the GPS is taking them, unless the roads are changed. The names of the roads are changed. The point that the direction, the map that you're going to use, if you don't change it, you are still going to be like the other person. There's no doubt about it. Then you say that now tomorrow will be like today unless you make some changes. Who knows tomorrow? That's what people say. But I keep telling you that you know tomorrow. The only way you don't know tomorrow is because if you made a change today, if you don't make any change, obviously tomorrow is going to be like today. That's exactly what it is. All right, before that, now I think I can now open the lines for you to make your calls. But remember the question I asked you: if you serve the zoo, blah 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 blah. A quotation from our leader, Mazi Nnamdi. Call us. The lines are open at 64692045541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. Call us.
And it sounds the big
Open is the success. And the microphone. You don't do it, we dey fight for this freedom. You don't do it, we dey fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. All we need is the referendum. All we need is the referendum. All we need is.
All right, good morning. Welcome to the program. This is Radio Biafra. Call out, please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Thank you, my brother Ike Peters.
Good morning.
My name is Mazi Iyke.
Mazi, welcome.
Thank you for the analysis today. What you told us today is that if they serve the zoo, will come back in shame.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Yes.
Let me move ahead. Our people, I will not say Biafrans, let me say the Ipob Biafrans, the so-called leaders, they are blind and they are deaf. I'm telling you the truth, Ike Peters.
Yes.
Myself, I was born 1948. I know about Nigeria.
Yes.
I know about the Ipob Biafrans. But we are to lead the way because Nnamdi Kanu is holding the torch.
Yes.
And we are in darkness. There's no any other place we can follow. There is no any other foundation that will be laid. They are just wasting their time. But my problem is that Kanu will come back and say, Amaropanemu, Amaropanemu, and Soludo will say the same thing. Obiano will say the same thing. All of them, they will say the same thing. And you know that we Igbo Biafrans have a good mind. We are not people that kill people. We are progressives. So what I'm trying to say here is that when they come back and beg us, we still return them back to us. But it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Yes.
There's a time that I thought that Rochas Okorota, I thought he is a man. And he was telling them that maybe ticket, if you don't have the ticket of Senate, that he will say something that will break Nigeria.
Exactly.
I think this is their short time to do that. This is their short time. What's he afraid of? He has tested the life.
Yes.
He has gotten the money. He got the wealth. He gets everything, and he knows this country. And now it happens to him. So I don't think I will go more than here.
Yes.
And we tell people,
yes.
That's
right. Oh, hey, Biafra, sir. Thank you very much for your call. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. Yes, he has answered the question, but I will also get it. Serve the zoo and XYZ. All right, I have somebody here on WhatsApp. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Welcome to the program.
Yes, my name is Wisdom. I'm from Mohammed Economic Province, Biafra. Mazi, like when you serve the Jew and come back to shame.
Yes.
We take the example, which as a reporter is example. All of them, all the useless politicians are all example of serving the Jew and come back to shame. Which Nnamdi in 2020 key Igbo people in Obibo because of race based. Yesterday in the north are Wala. Instead, the Tambuwa his girlfriend we support him. Tambuwa support his own brother, Atiku, and give him all his delegates and forget him. Then, there's another thing is that we are asking you see type of amount of money they are spending. Atiku is giving his delegate 15,000 US dollar. It's not even 15,000 naira. Mazi, if it has 15,000 US dollar, 300 and something vote that Atiku have, it will solve all the problems. It will solve all their problems. And if it has the one of Iyke gave his delegate about $10 Mazi, if it has $10 million, into 200 and something votes, you know how much it's what we are seeing in Nigeria. And also, even the so-called university that was strike are the ones supporting these politicians. And they prepare for them. They are the ones going to take ballot. They are the ones they will give them to go and keep people and they still go. I don't know the madness and stupidity of Nigeria. I don't know what that will use to fight it. Your strike. No politician that make you to be on strike. If one can call you and give you money to go and pay somebody, the same man that will go and when this something you also go. The person are you. Like person are you your belief. The so-called future generation of whatever future leader, because the people now the old men deploying your future. You are supporting them to deploy your future. See the way they are seeing how they are beginning of that all the South African politicians
all right, your phone is not sounding very well. I don't know why that is so. You're breaking so much. We can't understand most of the things that you're saying. But if you're using a headphone, I would suggest that you make a direct call without using a headphone, please, because that's what we get. But however, we've taken your message, and if you can fix your phone and then call us back, I'll still pick up your call. I have a call coming in on Principal Officer's line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Turn down your listening device, please.
No problem, Mazi.
There we
Mazi. My brother. I had a young guy this afternoon. My name is Mazi. Call for the country. Mazi, I am ready to go. Our leader, whatever everything. Our leader, whatever everything. What I may do, go back to my country. How can I say that? It's a woman I have said South Nigeria, but out to Shina.
Yes.
Never today, my brother, my honor. So sometimes when they go, nobody say I'm about to show. I'm not command you for or both for.
Yes.
Quarter. I need up all the politicians. Can make it kind of wine. I wonder how travel I was supposed to. I suppose it is our leader. I don't get missing kind.
onwe mmeri a na-ekwu maazị Chineke ọtụtụ onye ọbụla mara bụ gote desera bed now because no dey sukwa ahụ because information was in our village today we are moved free ụzọ as almost a week now na ndị helicopter na patrol everywhere ka ha na patrol na idosere ya onye dị were before that fire off so ị na-agwa onye ọhụrụ na onye ọbụla kwado because of gịnị ndị a ji plan na elu anyị si na ndị agụwa na-agwa anyị si na ya chọrọ power again na ifoto ji mere now a shift ya chịkọ akwọtara atụgide iwu ime ka anyị control that 8 years because one of them is seven bịa na shop m n'ebe anyị bi na-agwa m sị m na ezinụlọ na bulọk pụtara sef na ha na-egote bulọk na onye egotere m achịkọ that is that man ka na-ekwu na agwa ndị so efu anyị nwere n'ọbụ eziokwu.
Yeah, what's happening? He says reconnecting. Okay, go ahead, sir. Go ahead, the line is still open for you.
I know who so you got to know but the brother only one on our side Ipob no be na no nobody I could be tell when you know why can no man say can this is slave are you na buy because now in the nature so may Chukwu bless you, bless your family, bless my Ipob my brother will not take this afternoon. Thank you, God bless you.
Thank you, God bless you, my brother. All right, I have another one. Let me take this one on WhatsApp. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller on WhatsApp.
Yeah. Yes, I'm here, Mazi Peters. Good afternoon, sir.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me, Mazi Peters, and thank you for your dedication and your commitment for liberation of Biafra. Mazi, serve the zoo and come back in shape.
Yes.
Every politician that went to go and serve the zoo, this is how they are going to pay them back.
Yes.
Mazi, before I say anything, let me greet our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the one and the only. I say may his days be long on this earth. Long live Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, His Excellency. Long live IPOB. Long live United States of Biafra. Long live ESN and long live US. Mazi, my name is Mazi Madabuchi. Mazi, today we have one more day to go for our hero and heroes.
Yes.
Tomorrow is the D-Day. Please, I want to take this opportunity to announce every principal officers. Please come up on air and tell your location where people will gather for the celebration of tomorrow. I know many people is coming to meeting, they know the place, but the newcomers, those who want to come for the first time, they don't even know the place. Please make your contact knows, make the place that the event will take place to know. I've been hearing only some countries like France and Britain and Ireland. Other countries is not coming up to make their place to know. The venue, please come up, make your contact, let people know where there's something we heard of, so that people will come there and celebrate with us together. Please, devote your time, just 1 or 2 minutes to say this is the place and make your contact where we meet, so the people will be there. Now, before to say, Mazi, serve the zoo and come back and share. It can be happening. Our leader had been saying it. They say this man is just a drunk man. He don't know what he's talking about. Now it has happened. You see, because of this election, that's why they gathered themselves to rendition our leader, to kidnap him. It's because of this Igbo presidency. Because of this president of the zoo made them gather themselves to go and kidnap our leader from Kenya, so that they may lock him up to find a way to get their Igbo presidency. Shetima Yerema tell them, if you want to belong, bring Nnamdi Kanu home, or arrest him, or kidnap him, so that we will give you a chance to participate or to become the president. Today, what is happening? Yes, that's the way it's supposed to be. Like this man now, Iyke, we see how far we go. The highest thing we get, maybe get Senate president. I think it's the place is looking for now. for a possible president, because Atiku have taken over. Atiku have told him that the matter is not a Nigerian, but he have the power to take it over. Now I hear that they are now pushing Goodluck Jonathan to maybe Goodluck will accept to come and participate on APC something. But I think Goodluck will not be a foolish man to do that again, because they have yapped him before. He will not be foolish to accept anything now they're offering him, because they are going to take mockery of him, and he will not do that. Mazi, we are getting there. We are winning. Many of them now have been clamoring, okay, as you don't want to give us Igbo presidency, we are going to join IPOB to go and ask for Biafra. You are fool. You are deceiving yourself. We don't want you people. Remain where you are. We don't want you people. We will get Biafra with you or without you. We will surely get Biafra. We stand for Biafra, and Biafra we shall get. Mazi, thank you for having me, and God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. Keep on calling us. The lines are open. 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984929-406-9953. The lines are still very, very much open for you. Call us.
Think all these good things that don't come again, you know.
And it's almost the people.
Open it to the success. And the microphone. You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. All we need is referendum. 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 Tell me what to do, tell me what you do, tell me what you see, tell me what you see, tell me what you know. What can I?
All right, caller, good morning. Caller on WhatsApp, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Mazi Iyke.
Welcome to the program.
Good morning, my brother. How is everything?
Not bad, though. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, my name is Chibuzo. I hail from Mbano Province, Biafra land. Serve the zoo and come back with disgrace.
Yes. Yes, yes, live and bright. Go ahead, sir.
May God, I give Chukwu thanks for what is going on. Anybody who is perambulating, talking of presidency, we Biafrans, we are not interested. We are absolutely not interested. So I want to thank you all, our radio presenters. May Chukwu give all of you a strength to continue, wisdom, endurance to continue leading us.
Yes.
May Chukwu bless our able leader, elder, Excelency, Mazi Nnamdi. Since I was born, I don't support what does not belong to me. I don't support evil. So many occasions, it can only be delay. At the end, I have victory.
Oh yes.
As long as I have brought myself in support of restoration of Biafra, we are going to get Biafra.
That's right.
Thank you, my Mazi. May God bless you all.
Bless you too. Thank you so much. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. Let's see, I have another call coming on Principal Officer's line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, this is Mazi Iyke from Obodo, Biafra.
Welcome to the program.
Mazi, I want to let you understand something. That slogan on maybe the phrase, walk with the zoo and dash.
Yes.
It's a direct statement. It's not even a proverb, because the proverb that was, clearly made on this platform from Nnamdi. And our people, those elite and those organizing who are a year older than me, begin to think that they are not good enough to understand the proverb, which is Alona Erienando.
Yes.
And that was why he now came out, he said, okay, since you cannot understand Alona Erienando, let me make it easy for you people. He interpreted it and said, what could you do and come back shamelessly?
Yes.
Yes, they do not want to understand that. So, going ahead, the thing is that whatsoever they want to do, however they want to do it, whichever scope they are trying to arrive at it, is not of our business. All we have done is to
yes.
So what I'm saying now is this. Our elite, both Korawasa, our Awasa man, the one best to choose, whichever one you want to choose, let him choose from the option I just said, because I'm down a model, so if you want to find out who insult person is more better, you should go and make Uncle Jonathan, because Uncle Jonathan is the only person that is better off with them, because on what we with them. So all I'm saying now is that over now Kurausa Titiari or Batalia, so that I live the way after, because never open your cooking here as an over Igbo model. You were 21 virgin, maybe only 21 virgin again here. So Badro. Then we can go here, natural 21 virgin, Nanu on Nigeria, sorry, na Biafra land. I have sort of 21 virgin. I sort of can win more on wine. Don't want to wear Jauko. You can win now. And when they gonna say the Potagi, a man water. I think it can make it go to maybe. On I go for my because I want to like it. The Potun of my current in Ghana one day Britain, a Monday in the US. And when you have I just be more better. Then why is it that how I know how when he current in car you want to get an every day or put in an average? So all actually here I am also that on your planet depending on the ways to time. Don't defend the people. See, I want to win a more interview, one idiot interview, able to say. On your Fulani, on our two Bokaria, even on a G back. And these are the people that are number of states, Gabu Mothers, non-Igbo group. Monday IPOB Igbo. These are the people, they speak Igbo fluently more than all the Igbo. So what are we saying? These are the Fulani, Obara Fulani, Adia no notice me, and make die in the modern art to have that away for any more local. So you never get any more local. I don't think can find for British with a Babylonian broadcasting corporation. And when him are going. Gina for us, we are satisfied because we are coming after you people. Because you read my number, I to buy the Ibo Kanya, Arab Bukuno, Anna Korea, only China and Atako, to buy the election, Arab Bukuno. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother. And all right, this is Radio Biafra. We're still taking calls. They can do whatever they like. Thank you for calling this morning. And we are on. The lines are still open at 646-920-4541, 845-344-798-429-406-9953. Also on private line 845-283-9665. Call that number too if you can. All right, everybody's crying. Senators are crying. Everybody's moving around, and that's what it's going to be. The sign of the end of the time is here. There's no doubt.
I rise to support the motion. I'm smart at the end, and I represent the good people of Kogo West. And Mr. President, we attest to it. I personify the masses of this country, and each time I speak from the language of the man on the street. Mr. President, insecurity is a serious problem today in Nigeria, and there comes a time when you cannot but speak the truth, irrespective of the sentiments you may share. Today, Mr. President, all of us have been threatened. Our families, our nation, our state. Order. A lot has been said this morning, Mr. President, and I want to thank you for giving us time to speak expressly on this issue. Like my sister was saying, there comes a time when talk will talk itself. There comes a time when truth will become like a torchlight in the midst of silence. So you are forced to talk. Mr. President, we need not run away from the fact that more than ever before in the history of our nation, this is the worst instability we are facing. In fact, this is worse than the civil war.
Are you in PDP?
Mr. President, the solution is very simple. Today there are a lot of misgiving, a lot of misinterpretations of what is happening. Some people believe, some people in government are supporting this move. Some people believe, some people sponsor those who are destabilizing our nation within the country. The answer is very simple. We cannot pretend that we are capable of confronting the situation in our hands. America, as powerful as they are, when the pandemic came, it got to a point that China had to claim that they came to their rescue. We shouldn't pretend that we needed foreign support now. Let nobody deceive us, Mr. President. A lot of billions of naira have been voted for security services. Nothing is coming out of it. We won't wait until our nation gets bombed. Let us shout and call for foreign support. I am a big APC man and I've been supporting my party. But the president should get to know that it has gotten to a point that we who are supporters, who are members of the APC, we can no longer keep quiet. The president must rise to the occasion. Your president will you not see the truth and you are afraid to say it because you will die. We must open, Mr. President. The nation is on fire. The president must rise to the occasion. It costs us nothing to get foreign support. We must rise to the occasion. We must bring in people to save this country, or else we will consume. Every one of us will have a chapter for history. Whenever the history of this period will be written, whatever is our position, we have a chapter. We cannot keep quiet any longer. It has gotten to a point that we cannot sleep with our two eyes closed. We are not free. Our children are not free. The president must rise to the occasion. There is no nation that is so powerful that doesn't need support of other nations. Individual cannot say you will leave the world without any other person with you. So we must rise. The situation is our security system has collapsed. It has failed. And because it has failed, we need to look for foreign support. It costs Nigeria nothing. Forget the ego, forget the superiority of Nigeria in African nation. Today, we are facing serious problem. If our nation is to survive this period, I'm not in doubt that the security architecture we have today cannot cope with what we are facing.
All right. Part of the crying people, they are crying, and when I say people think I'm laughing, it's not funny. I'm not. This is what the end of time. Until you people give up and let Biafra go, this kind of story will be coming. More are coming. It's not going to end here. Yeah, somebody will tell you, will give you information, you don't take the information to heart, and you think that things will change. It's not going to change, honestly.
If you have an iPad,
yeah, go to it
here, and you have access to the internet right here, I will just invite you, please go online straight away and go to wikipedia.org, and type into the search engine Abuja Declaration 1989, and this information will come up. Islam in Africa held a conference in Abuja in 1989. At the end of it, they issued a declaration, and it goes to eradicate in all its forms and ramifications all non-Muslim religions in member nations. Such religions shall include Christianity. Now please note that word. To eradicate in all its forms and ramifications. Now Nigeria is a member nation. All non-Muslim religions, such religions shall include Christianity. The word Christianity in the communique was underlined. To ensure only Muslims are elected to all political posts of member nations, to ensure the appointment of only Muslims into strategic national and international posts of member nations, to ensure the ultimate replacement of all Western forms of legal and judicial systems with the Sharia, then to make sure that this strategy works, because it's going to require money. Babangida, as the self-appointed president of Nigeria, put his hand into the treasury of Nigeria, took $21 billion out and gave it to OIC, to the Islamic Development Fund of OIC, and said, take this money for the total, I'm quoting, for the total Islamization of Nigeria in particular and Africa in general. Babangida paid $21 billion of our money to turn Nigeria into an Islamic nation. And they have started. Boko Haram, don't look at it as something that is isolated to the northeast. It is meant to cover the entire nation until Christianity is eradicated in all its forms and ramifications. There are two ideologies inside the Nigerian constitution. Let me show you something. Sharia is mentioned in your constitution 73 times. Islam 28 times. Grand Qadi 54 times. Muslim 10 times in the Nigerian Constitution 1999. There is no single mention of Christ in the Nigerian Constitution. No single mention of Christian in the Nigerian Constitution. No single mention of Christianity in the Nigerian Constitution. No single mention of church in the Nigerian Constitution. Now I ask you, sir, I ask you, ma, is your country an Islamic state, a Christian state, or a secular state? Which one is Nigeria?
This is Radio Biafra USA 2. He has asked you a question, and that is what is going on. The complaints will continue. It's not going to end until Biafra is actualized. Talk it, take it or leave it. I have a call coming in on straight line. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning, Mazi Iyke. Thank God for your life and for the life of every Biafrans and IPOBs all over the world. And the life of volunteers, the ESN. May God continue to protect us so that all of us will see the Biafra life and the dance on the street like a mad people, according to our leader.
Yes.
General Mazi Iyke, he said the day Biafra will come, that all of us will dance in the street, even naked, like a mad people, because that is what God instituted. Yes. So that is going to happen in the name of Elohim, I said.
There we go.
Yeah, that's Iyke. Thank you for picking up my call.
My name is Mazi Iyke. Is here again, verse for today, verse day. Nnamdi will celebrate my birthday tomorrow, which is our heroes and the heroes in the day. So I'm going to celebrate it today. That's my birthday, 30th of May. So I pray that God will continue to strengthen us. We shall continue to celebrate this birthday all the days of our life in Jesus' name. I'm Mazi Iyke and all Biafrans, Biafra with the Ipob. The only intellectual we have in so-called Nigerian Jew is Mazi Kanu. He is the only intellectual we have. No any other people, because he boasted that any person who wants to come and attest with him should come and go to national television. If that person can sign with him for 15 minutes, he will know that person is a man. So he is the other word, they are intellectuals. They are intellectuals. Because whatever he said happened. Some the Jew, some Janjaweed and come back with a shame.
Yes.
And it is happening. And it will continue to happen to them, one after the other. How Joseph Kanu said that it's because of Pandora came out. No, he's the father. Babangida told him that there is no need of wasting your money. You better just sit down, because you are not going to get that presidency, or it will not reach you people, you Biafrans. It will not reach you. If no person that will be presidency, just keep your money. Come out from there. That's what Babangida instructed him.
Yes.
And he did it perfectly. So I'm going to start your culture. Not that we are happy about for what have happened to him, but at the same time, everything about God and just always in came with you where you come here that are up there. This is said that he not he called us last time. His children. I don't know why it hurt me so much, because Rapture is not my senior. He didn't see me. You are Peter. Rapture means Rapture was born in the year 14th of January 1962.
Okay.
14th of January 1962. That was when he was 59 years. He didn't see me. Why does he call us his children? If you do that, it's them that will decide which Biafra will be. Biafra will be. It's them that will decide. Let him boast now. Let him boast again. His fathers have disgraced him to the core.
Yes.
And remember last time when this Biafra in Imo State was talking, he said that they are the makers of the APC, himself, Tinubu and the Buhari. Look, this is not true that you get the APC, the former APC, but where are you today? Who are you? Are you a human being? Upon all the things you built for them in the northern side. So let everybody be a sample to every one of them, because my father, when he's alive, he said, "Okupa, this fowl is a bush fowl, so pass. The same thing, it will happen to them one by one. Then IPOBs and the Biafrans will be rejoicing. So, warriors, we see, and we talk about that, we abuse them, we solve them, we don't talk of softwares. One of them, we see, Papa Mara Mabojo, Mabara Yoso, Mama Awa Bayo. This is how I drop it here. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you so much. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still taking calls at 646 9204541 845 92940699953. I asked you a question this morning. If you serve the zoo, what happens to you after that? All right, the quotation is correct, and while we're still expecting more calls, I still want to remind you that this is Radio Biafra USA 2.
Has she not been here to discuss anything? No, she hasn't. She hasn't said a word. Her own constituents have written to her. She doesn't say anything. So what is going on?
All right, let's take a call. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, good morning, Mazi Iyke.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, my name is Desert Warrior. I'm calling from Brooklyn, New York.
There we go.
I'm residing from, my name is Desert Warrior. I'm calling from Brooklyn, New York. I am from Ichi. It is in the Basin South. Enugu province, Biafra land.
There we go.
Thank you, lovers of freedom. I greet everybody. I greet our leader, Mazi Nnamdi. I greet you for the work you are doing for the Biafra.
Yeah.
So, we said that we should serve the jail and come back with shame, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. We must continue to broadcast this, our religion. Nobody knows that Mr. Rogers today can come and say, you may wake up. So it's the normal tradition. Obina was there. And now it's Rogers. I wish this EFCC will remember this man called Peter Wumbe, the one who said that our leader Mazi Nnamdi has been rendition, that he will now come back to face his judgment. So it is going round and round and round. Nobody is free. All of us are in danger in the zoo called Nigeria. For us to realize it is taking a long way, especially with our politicians. They are jumping up. Igbo presidency. Let's see what will happen. Look at the people there. See what happened to him in PDP. That's how they are going to get Igbo presidents. If all of these people say that they are intellectual, they should also learn. They should also wake up like Ukorocha tell them to wake up. People should wake up. Our place is in danger. The Fulanis are coming. And then if we don't take care, if we don't wake up, like Rogers Ukorocha said, all of us are going to suffer. We will be conquered, but I pray that God will never allow that to happen to all of us. Great Biafrans, in Brooklyn, New York, today is our meeting. For those who are coming from Queens, the new place that we got is 1895 Eastern Parkway. 1895 Eastern Parkway. And our meeting today is going to be by 5:30 p.m. Don't forget to come with your ESN money and your monthly bills. We also try to reminding every member of the IBOB Brooklyn, New York, those who have made a pledge for the sending of our brother Mazi Samuel home. If you know that you know the pledge and you have not paid your dues, please, we need this money as quickly as possible. We need it. So if you are coming to meeting today and you made a pledge and you have not paid for the funeral levy for Samson Samo, you need to bring it with you. Again, we're also trying to tell those people that are coming the newcomers to come on time. Our meeting starts 6 o'clock, but we are going to do today's own for 5:30 because of the newcomers that we take an oath. Don't forget that you must be an oath member to become a member of Ipob. We must restore our nation called Biafra. Come what may. Whatever anybody is thinking, we are moving ahead. We are not stopping. We must continue until Biafra is restored. Thank you, Ike Peters, for giving me this opportunity to make this announcement.
Thank you very much. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still taking calls. Let's take one or two more calls before we call it a day. Like I said before, I asked you a question. If you serve the zoo, what happens to you after that? Our leader's quotation. Somebody said, no, that's not the quotation. That's more than the quotation. Actually, it is more than, because it's a prediction that has happened and is happening and keep on happening. So let me oblige somebody and take just one last call, and we call it a day. But don't forget, stay tuned. Tomorrow is a very important day for us. It's a day we call Heroes Day, and that's the day we'll sit at home tomorrow in respect of those who died during the war, and those of us, our friends, our colleagues. That's why I lost most of my friends. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, Father Peters. My name is Excelency, and I'm from Umo province, Biafra land. I'm calling from other province. Father Peters. Nnamdi Kanu said, go and serve Nigeria and come back in shame. And we are seeing it. To go tell them I know why he kept in here. As an elderly man, I continue to say it. So that we witness all the foolishness your children get, this generation, our own land. The only land the Creator gave we Biafrans on this earth, this is earth. And we are here, watching Fulani to come and take our land. There's no rumor. We have the best father, the best intellectual, but they don't become it in the terrorist hand. Britain is Koro, America. And they want to take our land. That's against them. Never cannot. This generation, they will get our land. You say that they're not to that. To put me on Kachabu, but they got no prayer. They got no prayer. Gini kwa kanyo usikore umu they got no padebe. Omo de gure they got no hope Biafra. Alaka ni nchini. That is it. That the scripture that has been there. According to Genesis chapter 42 and the same Genesis chapter 41 and 42 from verse 1 to 3. And the Philippians chapter 1 and the same Philippians chapter 2 from verse 1 to 3. Joseph, to go tell them, I gave him the option of his we try to learn from the history of the nation and the history of the way of repeating itself. Biafra, they don't become the key of Nigeria. You can't keep rat and the cat in the same case. They don't have their own abuse. So I mean, we say, we have the best teacher. So I need different from us. We are Biafrans. No, they don't have their own land on this earth. I know the people and the text go back and the Lord. Take the own of Southern land. And they cannot take our land. I say, Nigeria will be the line.
Thank you.
Market to work in the building up. Yeah, after 20 years, I got to I said, you don't know about you. The world must make the it's in the prison yard, the black, the place one. There's an American of Jesus Christ. So I say, it's a Messiah. And you know, and you want to come and kill us. Do not have the Lord says an American. On a poker. The technical plan. Sending Nigeria to Muslim country, make it. And I know to call him now. Pushing that. And then the man said, I don't know. What the record for you? Say someone have that to that. What do you keep the other or the salary in the shop? I am going to do there. I like to check the
all right, thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. I don't know. I don't want to take any more calls. Okay, let me give somebody just 2 minutes. Please round it up for me and don't see. Turn down your device. Yes, turn down your listening device. Yes. You have 2 minutes, please. Go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, sir.
There you
I'm coming from the zoo.
No.
I just want to greet you for the work you are doing and the way God has been blessing us over what is happening.
Yes.
So thank you very much, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your call. All right, this is Radio Biafra. We're off the air this time. But tomorrow is another day. But don't forget that tomorrow is a very important day. That's the 30th of May, the day we observe. We stay at home. We pray for the souls of the departed, our brothers whom we lost during the war. Tomorrow we call it the Heroes Day, and May 30th every year. That's what we celebrate. I'll be with you, God's willing, tomorrow at the same time. But please stay tuned. Don't go away, because Mazi Iyke is next. USA 1 is coming in. From me, I have to remind you that Biafra is our religion. And on Radio Biafra, that's how we worship. Today is Sunday. Those of you who have gone to church and you're home at this time, it's okay. It's beautiful to have you. Stay tuned. Don't go away, because Mazi Iyke, USA 1 is coming in next.
The last hope we have is in Biafran restoration. I believe. Listen to Radio Biafra. It's where we worship. As a Chukukiki Abiyama, let your kingdom come. Listen to Radio Biafra. It's where we worship. As a Chukukiki